Welcome to the 2018 S1 European Supermoto Championship, which comes to you from Ottobiano in Italy. Situated 45 kilometers southwest of Milan, Ottobiano is one of the best equipped supermoto circuits in Europe. This year we will see 41 riders from 13 different countries taking part, and also 10 accredited teams. Let's go and take a lap of the circuit on board with Edgardo Barella on the SWM and Elias San Martin on the TM. So we're off down the start-finish straight into a double sweeping right-hander with two apexes really. Then a short blip of the throttle before a left-hander. Another short blip on the throttle before setting the bikes up for the off-road section. Over the first of the tabletops. Then two options with berms to the right, over another tabletop, and then another tabletop before we hit a right-hand berm. Series of whoops will be followed by yet another double berm option, and turning back on ourselves towards now the remaining left-hander and the remaining section of the off-road. We now re-enter the tarmac and a little flick left and right, and I can see that going to be causing some problems during the race meeting. And now we're back onto the main circuit itself. Hard on the brakes for a left-hander, sweeping again with another double apex clipping there as Barella goes flying past through the left and the right. Left-hander now before we hit a short straight and another very tight chicane, which you can see again plenty of overtaking opportunities on the cards here. Right-hander clipping the curb left and then into another right-hander. Now we have a bit of a fast straight here, so plenty of time to open up the bikes before we hit the final right-hander of the Ottobiano circuit. Get race one underway, and that charge for the first corner sees Hermanen take the whole shot on the SWM from Scherer and Kmar as we're on board with Klaas, and Barella comes charging through, so Barella takes that fourth position as we watch the leaders go by, leaving the trailing pack in the wake of dust. At the back here we see that Klaas has his eyes on Barella and he takes that place from Barella. Equally so, Scherer has his eye on Hermanen and the lead, and he makes that position work for him. So, out in the lead now, it is Scherer. Over the off-road section, hard packed. Weather's been quite dry here in Italy. Those are journeyers again on board. And Hermanen looks over his shoulder, and Klaas takes that opportunity again. Klaas working his way up through the field there, passing two SWMs. Kmar now and Klaas right on the back of Kmar there. You join us on board with Fath on the MTR KTM, taking the wider line in the berms, cuts back in. Oh, and he comes together with Bussi. A collision there between Bussi and Fath takes both riders out. Glad to say though, both riders up and running and back in the race as we join Barella. Barella making things look really smooth on that SWM. Scherer way out in front now as we come towards the concluding part of race 1 here in Ottobiano, making these jumps look very easy on the off-road sections, and we can see why Scherer is a multi-world and European Supermoto champion. Just a few corners to go, and there's the checkered flag. Scherer taking the win in race 1 here at Ottobiano. So, classifications of race 1. Scherer takes it from an 8-second lead from Kmart, Class, Barello and San Martin rounding off the top 5. We managed to get a few words with Edgardo Barella after the race. It was a good race. I tried to push hard in the first laps to gain some distance from the others, but it was a very tough race. My opponents are so fast and strong. I preferred to slow down and get my points because the championship has only just started. I'm hoping for a good race too. It's with great delight also we welcome back in 2018 Marno Hermanen. After a 2-year break from the sport, Marno has returned to ride for the SWM factory team. Making the switch in 2007 from motocross to supermoto, it was only 12 months later that Marno clinched his first supermoto title, so we can be rest assured for plenty of action there out on track with fellow competitors this year.
I didn't ride Supermoto for 2 years and now I'm back, so it's still a bit difficult. The spring has been quite bad in Italy, so I couldn't ride a lot, but I start to get the feeling back and I feel good with the bike, and we've made some progress with the bike also, so it's a lot better than last year and I hope we can challenge for the win. The feeling on the bike is a lot different with the 17-inch wheels, and especially in the off-road it's quite hard after I did 2 years motocross, and the grip is not so good in the off-road, so also the lines in asphalt are a lot different than motocross, so I have to get used to it again, and we have a new bike, so it's completely different from last year, and we still have a lot of work to do to get on the top level with the bike, so I hope we can get there and win some races.
We get race 2 underway, and it's Scherer that takes the whole shot this time into that first corner. So Scherer, Van Hermanen, Barella, Class and Kmart kicking up the dust there for their chasing pack to contend with. And we have Class there making a move on Barella to take that 3rd spot. Scherer leading the pack, and at the pack of 4-5, there it is, number 71 Kmart keeping his eye on everybody. Particularly keeping an eye on Class, and will he make that move at some point to gain that position? Very tight at the front, but Scherer has opened up a gap already and has disappeared off into the distance, leaving the challenge for places 2, 3, 4 and 5. Kmart looking on the inside of Class, and he's made it work this time. So he goes through on Class. Still tight though, Class not letting him out of his sights. Julian Barella again on that SWM looking really smooth. Out in front though, it's our leader Scherer. Replicating race 1. Opening up a comfortable lead at the front. Now it's Hermanen Hermanen right on the back of Kmar, showing that he's lost none of that skill with the 2-year absence from Supermoto. A little bit of a gap opened up there between the two of them, between Kmar and Hermanen, as we go on to the off-road section. He looks to have caught that back up again at some point through the off-road. Oh, a little bit of a twitch there. And as the twitch capitalised upon, and a position made up. On board there, coming up with Fath. Oh, down he goes. So Fath on the MTR, pretty much like in race 1, crashes out of the race. But Scherer, I think Scherer now has got some back markers to contend with, or in his sights. But no, we come to the checkered flag. So Scherer takes his 2nd win of the day. So, for the conclusion of our 2nd race, it's Scherer from Kmar, Hermanen, Klaas and Barella. And taking the top spot of the podium, a 2 out of 2 for Scherer this weekend here at Ottobiano. With Kmar taking 2nd spot. A great result there for Kmar, coming back from injury last year. And Marcus Klaas taking the 3rd position on the podium.
I'm very happy. It's a perfect weekend for me. I start the season like I finished last year, so I'm very happy. I want to thank my team for the amazing bike this weekend. And for sure was difficult because Mao come back this year, but I win again, so I'm very happy, and I want to go to the 2nd one for fight again. Thanks.
Final classification sees Thomas Scherer on the TM with 50 points leading the championship, from Pavel Kmar with 44 points on a TM, and in 3rd place Marcus Klaas on a Husqvarna with 38. Well, we say goodbye to Ottobiano, but the action is not that far away now. On the weekend of the 21st and 22nd of April 2018, join us in Albaida, Spain for round 2.